Cycling's my passion. Time to think, to get inspired, to connect. I love the simplicity, the speed, the agility, the freedom. I'm Stuart Little. I'm Commercial Director of PCM Technology Solutions UK, an American company and a global provider of IT technology and services, and in May 2017 entered the UK market. PCM very quickly grew to 6 sites through acquisition and also organic growth.
When PCM in the UK started up, all the systems were spread across different sites. There was no integration at all.
We are network experts. Our customers are relying on us. When we upgrade our own network, we've got to get it right. When we started looking at the options for building wide area networks, that became restrictive.
We didn't want to have to wait months that it would take to install circuits. They were more expensive.
It became obvious very quickly that SD-WAN was the choice and the technology we should use.
It's a lot quicker and simpler to deploy.
When I'm out cycling, I get time to think about what the ideal network would look like. SD-WAN gets close to that. The management of it's simple.
It's a single dashboard where we can manage everything.
We can see across all networks with full visibility. Security is baked into it and it integrates with all the complete portfolio of Cisco security products that we already have. An example of SD-WAN's agility was that PCM had to open a new site within 7 days' notice.
With Cisco SD-WAN, we ship out a vEdge box to the site. All we need is an internet circuit and I can remotely push out the policies and configuration from the dashboard.
Engineers love it. They get home to spend time with their families. PCM has been working with Cisco for many years, delivering solutions.
We always know we've got the support of advanced services if we encounter any issues. They were great, their knowledge was second to none.
Our network is now fast, agile and secure, and our staff can work anywhere efficiently. This gives us speed, agility and freedom.
Hi guys, and welcome back to the Cisco Live studio here in Barcelona. I'm really glad that we are shifting our focus now to SD-WAN. I think it's one of the most exciting topics that Cisco can talk about because it's such a hot topic, I think, for so many customers that I personally talk to all the time. Customers are moving a lot of their services into the cloud, and their bandwidth and security requirements are increasing through that. And they're looking to simplify their SD-WAN, their WAN operations, simplify how it all works, and also reduce the costs, obviously, that are associated with it. At the end of the day, those costs keep increasing, and unfortunately, the budgets aren't keeping pace. But they also still need to remain secure, regardless of if their applications are hosted in their local data center or if they're going out more into the cloud, which is definitely the case for a lot of customers. I think Cisco is in a great position to talk about this topic. We invented the router 35 years ago, and we are at the forefront also of SD-WAN development. So we want to go into a little bit more detail on SD-WAN, and Steve is on the show floor. So Steve, what have you got for us?
Thank you so much, David. I do appreciate it. You just nailed a lot of the great capabilities of what's going on with SD-WAN. So we are in the middle of the Cisco showcase. We're out in the world of solutions. As you just said, SD-WAN, software-defined approach to managing your wide area network. So this is what allows you, as you said, to reduce your cost, transport your independence across your MPLS and your 4G, 5G, LTE. So many connections, plus you also get to improve your application performance and you get better agility out of your system. But even if we go beyond that, it's the better user experience. It's what it comes down to. More efficiency for your SaaS, your public cloud. You simplify your operations. You get more automation. So many great benefits, and the security that, David, you mentioned a moment ago. And we're going to talk about that too. I'm going to bring Ben Brophy in here with us, systems engineer. Hello. How are you, Ben?
I'm doing well, thank you.
I'm
yourself?
so glad we get a chance to talk. Thank you for the
likewise.
time today. All right, let's talk about our Cisco SD-WAN story that's unique for Cisco Live this week. What are we wanting to make sure people know and understand when they stop by and visit you?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think SD-WAN, it means different things to different people. There's lots and lots of different vendors in the market. There's probably over 60. So it does cause some confusion, I think, for our customers. But what we're bringing them over here today to show them is basically, it's all about the application. So it's the application experience, the user experience. How do they, move to cloud? So we're seeing more and more customers using Office 365, AWS, Azure. So how do they actually connect into those clouds? And ultimately, how do they do that but secure it as well? So those are the three main trends that we're seeing.
Absolutely. Let's talk about it from the customer experience, the user experience side.
Yep.
Is this an easy thing for them to onboard? Is it easy for them to interact with once they have it in place?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the whole idea of software defined. It's really to make the operationally make it so much easier. So within just a few clicks, you can rapidly provision new sites, for instance. And it's funny, if you take like a SaaS application, the last thing that you want to hear is that works better at home than in the office. But sometimes, obviously, we do hear these things. So, if we can provide some way of kind of probing that application and giving visibility into that, then ultimately that's a good thing.
Cool.
Yep.
So I opened this segment up, we gave a little introduction, talking about a lot of the different SD-WAN benefits and capabilities. Let's specifically focus on cloud, right? So a lot of power when we connect to the cloud, but that comes with a huge number of challenges as well. How does SD-WAN tackle the challenges of cloud integration?
Yeah, it's a good point because what we're seeing is we're seeing a shift away from lots of applications living in maybe a data center to not just one cloud but multiple clouds. So we're seeing applications moving to SaaS, applications moving to IaaS. The point is we live in kind of a multi-cloud world and it's not really easy. It's a bit of a challenge to connect into these different clouds. So we've got applications living anywhere and really sometimes it's quite difficult, again coming back to the user experience, to provide an SLA for an application that lives on the internet, lives in the cloud, and you can't control the other end. So SD-WAN fits nicely into that. First of all, we can connect into the different clouds. In some cases, we can actually extend SD-WAN right into the public clouds. But where we can't, in the case of SaaS, what we'll do is we'll turn on intelligent probing, and then we'll always make sure that we find the best optimum link to the said SaaS application. Yeah, so there's some smarts behind the scenes, basically, to give IT, I suppose, some assurance and confidence that that application is performing well, no matter where it lives.
Absolutely. All right, so I'm going to go to the question that we always ask on any application, on any capability, security.
Yeah.
People who have security questions, concerns, what do we tell them with regards to SD-WAN?
Yeah, so I guess the first thing to note is like SD-WAN is inherently secure. When it was designed, we took security and we said, well, actually, let's embed security into the products from day one. Okay, so the whole solution is predicated on certificates. Okay, so it's inherently secure from that perspective. No component in the solution trusts each other, so we have to build trust with certificates. Okay, and what we're doing is we're using the strongest level of encryption between different sites, but also when you deploy SD-WAN, yes, you're improving the user experience, but if you're doing things like direct internet access, what you've done is you've just circumvented traditional data center security that you may do for your applications there. So actually, you've just moved the problem down now to all of your branches. So what we're realizing is, well, okay, you need some way of securing that edge now from a perspective of traffic going from the inside to outside and also outside in. And that's really why, Cisco are a security company, so we've embedded some security into our products.
Absolutely. Yeah. Can we see any of this stuff hands-on, especially on the security side? Is there anything that you can show to us while we're here in this area?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked. So we do
Let's talk to a demo?
We do have a demo. I can show you.
Cool, lead the way. I'm going to follow you on over.
Okay.
We're headed right over here? Okay, great. All
okay,
right.
so this is our vManage. This is the user interface, if you like, to SD-WAN. So this is where we, control of our policies, do our templating, but it's also where we can control security as well. Because what we see is, well, what you could do perhaps is you might put a separate firewall on each site. But commercially, that's probably not going to be viable because obviously there's a cost to that. If you've got 100 branches, 100 new firewalls, whilst we'd like that, clearly that comes at a cost. So the approach that we've taken is maybe if we just go over to here first of all before we have a look at the demo, is we've got several different approaches. One approach may be, well, let's integrate security at the edge itself. So our Cisco ISR routing platforms have got security built in. And when I say security, I mean things like firewalling, IPS, URL filtering, things of that nature. But maybe some customers actually have more of a cloud security approach. So what we're able to offer now, and it's a relatively new integration, is something called Umbrella SIG, Secure Internet Gateway. So with that approach, we're actually, we've got more of a lean branch, so there's no need to put a huge device there at the actual branch. We simply send all the traffic into the cloud, and within the cloud, that's where we do all of our inspection and our firewalling. A final approach might be, okay, well, maybe I take more of a regional hub approach, so I'm going to put all of my security in strategic locations around the globe, maybe one per geo, for instance, and I'll pump it through a firewall there. So I guess the point is we have flexible security deployments based on the architecture the customer wants to go with. So yeah, I guess I can show you, how you can configure it. And
we've got about 1 minute to go. If you can give us a quick speed through, that would be great. I would love it.
Yeah. Okay.
Enough time?
Yeah.
All right, let's make it happen.
Yeah. Sure. Let me see what I can do. So, like I said, this is the vManage, and what we have here is we have a security section. So yes, I can configure policies, templates, but let me focus on security. When I add a new policy, I get the intent-based way of configuring it. So maybe I want to provide guest access or direct internet access, and then what that's going to do underneath is it's going to turn on the security features. So for instance, for guest access, it's going to turn on a firewall and URL filtering. So let's say I want to do that. Proceed. Within here, very simply, it's going to just give me a workflow to turn on those two features, okay? I don't have to turn them on, they're all optional, but it's very, very simple. I go in, and then I configure my policy, and that's pushed out to all of the sites at scale.
Very, very cool. Ben, thank you. Thanks for taking the time to talk us through it all. Hopefully everybody will come down and they'll get the story of SD-WAN. Thanks for talking with us.
You're welcome.
I'm going to keep walking around the showcase because there's so much cool stuff going on out here. David, while I'm doing that, why don't we head back to you in the studio and I'll keep having fun and you can keep talking.
Appreciate it, Steve. Thanks for that. Yeah, I think from my perspective, and also I think what you've just seen, SD-WAN should definitely be top of mind for any customer that's got a lot of branches, is looking at moving into the cloud, all those sorts of things. If you do want to learn more, follow along on CiscoLive.com. All the great SD-WAN flavored content will be uploaded there throughout the week, so please join us there. If you have other questions, also you can tweet them using #CLEUR.